Hey guys, Diamond Edge Sharpening here, and I just wanted to talk about a new stone that's been out for a while now that's not really getting the recognition and attention that it deserves, and that'll be the Cheefarcuut Vitrified Home. It's the 400 and 1000 combo stone. So it comes with 5mm of vitrified diamond abrasive on both sides. Now this thing cuts, and it cuts fast. You can see I use the 400 side quite a bit. Now the 400 grit cut extremely fast, and it can produce a hair popping edge on its own. You know, it can take on whatever steel you throw at it. You know, I got 15V, I got D2, you know, simple steels, 14C, 28N, you know, whatever you want to throw at it. You got M390, no problem. So if you're gonna match the bevel angle, you know, you're gonna raise a burr in less than 10 strokes, guaranteed. Now, if you're reprofiling, for instance, like a 15V from 20 degrees to 15 degrees, yeah, it might take you, you know, if you're really good at it, honestly, 5 minutes. If, you know, you take your time, like I take my time, so probably more like 15-20 minutes. But if you're in a rush, you know, you're a pro, maybe 5 minutes max. Now the 1000 grit side, you know, this just leaves it with the most ridiculous, you know, keen edge. It still has good bite. And one thing I love about this stone is the feedback. So when you're sharpening on it, you can, the stone tells you when you're on the apex. Like, it just, from the feel and the sound, you know, it's really nice stone. Like, I used a lot of Arkansas stones in the past, and those are just hard, especially when you get to surgical black and translucent. And it's hard to, you know, tell where you are on the bevel. Whereas this, just the feedback, the feel, the sound, you can easily tell when you're on the bevel. Now this stone right now is dry. It's a splash and go technically, but it's a little thirsty. For instance, I'll spray some water on it, and you can see, you know, it's absorbing the water. It takes a little bit, and then you'll see it start puddling up. So it's a little more than a splash and go, but once you get it saturated, you know, you're good to go. Now, when you're sharpening on this, it's a very hard stone. This is a vitrified diamond stone. So with those unfamiliar with vitrified diamond stones, they are high performance sharpening tools. They're made with synthetic diamond particles, and they're bonded into a ceramic matrix, and it's fired at very high temperatures. So this results in a rigid, porous, extremely durable structure, and it provides extremely fast cutting. So as you're sharpening, you're always revealing fresh diamonds that's constantly cutting. So these stones excel at sharpening hardened steels, especially high carbide steels like Rex 121, Magnacut, even ceramic knives. I've never tried it on a ceramic knife, but you know, I'm sure it'll make short work of those. You know, I've been sharpening knives professionally for about 5 years, mainly on Tormex, like fixed angle systems. And you know, those require setup, time. They give you amazing edges. You know, the quality is amazing. But recently I've developed you know, passion for freehand sharpening. And you know, once that bug hits you, you know, it really takes hold. And, you know, I've been really loving these stones. I've been trying to get my hands on, you know, resin bonded, vitrified, diamond plates, CBN plates, whatever I can get, and just testing them out. And so far, this Cheefarcuut is really amazing. And it's only 99 bucks on Amazon, which is a steal. I mean, that's a steal. You know, when vitrified diamond stones first came out, you know, you could get them from Japan, but they were super expensive. I swear, I remember seeing them for like 700 bucks. This is 99 bucks, and it'll perform just as well. Maybe, if not better than, you know, the earlier vitrified stones that were like ridiculously expensive. You know, it just leaves ridiculous edges. You know, obviously it's gonna cut paper. But for instance, I mean, you can hear that it leaves a little bit of tooth, but it's really sharp. You know, this is 14C. Here's a D2 knife that I sharpened on it, which is really sharp. In my experience, D2 doesn't get enough credit. D2 is amazing steel. But I've sharpened multiple 15V knives on it. No problem. Not a problem at all. I got military 2 15V. Mannix 2 15V. Kershaw Magnacut. You know, even hunting knives. This is another D2 Silver Stag. Kitchen paring knives. And Cheefarcuut will make short work. Short work of these. Now, one thing to keep in mind, especially on the 400 side, if you're used to sharpening on diamond plates or CBN plates and you're applying a lot of pressure, I would suggest using 1/3 to 1/2 the amount of pressure that you would on those plates. Now, it is a hard plate, but as you're sharpening, as you get to the tip of the knife, if you apply too much pressure, especially on your forward stroke, you could gouge the stone. Not severely, but you'll be able to see it and feel it. It'll be pretty much superficial and it'll come out over time. But I would suggest, especially on the forward stroke, not applying so much pressure. Backstroke, you can apply a little more pressure. That's the only thing with these stones. Other than that, amazing stones. And I wouldn't even consider that a flaw. I mean, that's just the nature of vitrified stones in general, and they're not meant for high pressure. They will cut just as fast at half the pressure. That's what's beautiful about these stones. And they will last. On a diamond plate, you just have a thin layer, like a, you know, microns thick layer that's electroplated on. And once those diamonds come off, it's done. This is 5 millimeters. And for context, I've sharpened probably over 100 knives on this, and that's including reprofiling, kitchen knives, big knives, EDC knives, and I've barely scratched this thing. I don't think I've even taken off 1/10 of 1 millimeter off of this stone. Now, this is just ink that they put on here, so that has worn off, but there's no dishing, there's no cupping, there's no scratches, there's no gouges, and I mean, the results speak for themselves. This is an amazing stone. Not to mention, for 99 bucks, you know, it comes with the stone. It comes with this case. You know, it comes with a leather strop, suede side, you know, preloaded with 1/4 micron, which actually performs really, really well. You know, I would prefer, coming off of 1,000 grit, 3 micron or 1 micron, just to keep that tooth. But what I found, if you use this strop and you just go light pressure, maybe 5 passes each side, you can still keep a lot of that tooth coming off 1,000. Now, I would not consider myself a professional freehand sharpener just yet. I'm a professional sharpener on, you know, Tormex systems, and I've been doing that for many years with incredible results. I've never had a complaint. But freehand, I'm, you know, less than a year in. I'm far from a master, and you know, if I can get results like this, you know, I'm pretty sure you can too. It just takes, you know, I would say in about a week of consistent sharpening. That's all it would take to start getting edges like that. I know everybody's waiting for me to cut test the 15V. Now this thing does really cut. It has a lot of tooth. I left it that way on purpose. You know, over here, botching my cut test, but believe me, this thing is really sharp. Yeah, guys, my first video, so a little shaky, a little nervous. So I'm kind of botching my cut test, but these are incredibly sharp knives. If I had the right lighting, you know, I've whittled hair with these edges, you know, no problem. Like I said, many knives, super steels, mid-range high carbide steels, you know, basic budget steels, even lower end, you know, like work knife steels. This is 8CR, short work, leaves incredible edges. And for 99 bucks, you can't go wrong. I mean, maybe you can do better, but you can't go wrong with this stone. Now, I will be uploading some sharpening videos of me actually sharpening on the stone. But in this video, I just wanted to go over, you know, a brief overview of the stone itself and let you guys know, like, this should really be out there. Now, the stone itself comes in the case with the strop, included with sharpening manual. You know, it's a pretty big manual. It's got directions how to sharpen, and it's pretty thorough. Comes in this box. Now, Cheefarcuut is going to be launching more grits. Right now they just have the home double-sided 400 and 1000, and I believe they have the Pro version, just the Pro 1000, which is a one-sided 1000 with, you know, more abrasive, and the Pro 400, same thing with more abrasive. And if I said this was 5mm, I misspoke. I believe this is 2mm. The Pro version has 5mm. And the Pro version is also around $100, maybe 109. You know, it kind of varies on Amazon, but this specifically set with the hone, the strop, the stone is 99 bucks. So check it out, guys. You can't go wrong. And stay tuned for my channel. I'll be having some actual sharpening videos coming up, and I'll show you guys some crazy knives, because I got a lot of crazy knives that I can show you guys, and we'll be sharpening them here on this channel for you guys. So take care.